A night of restlessness has left me feeling fairly groggy this morning. The events of the previous day keep intruding upon my mind. The memory of how Emmy felt against me. The memory of a wrestling match. And the most bothersome, the memory of her nightmare. She was in so much pain. I can't stop wondering what it must be like for her to wake up with nobody there. The shower socked me awake with hot water. Awake but still bored. Worried. Not bored. What will happen today? Will things just go back to normal? End of the episode, back to the status quo. There was a connection yesterday. Something that nearly pushed us past the boundaries of normal friendship. Would that have been so bad? My mind goes back to looking at Emmy's eyes after our pillow fight. It almost seemed like she was daring me to go on. Almost. But I can't know for sure. Anyway, the track captain's probably first in her affections. But even as I say that, my mind's already snorting nervous. I'm just looking for an excuse. A reason for everything to go wrong. A reason to not try. It's not as if I've ever seen the two of them together outside the track practice. And clearly, he's never visited. Emmy said as much herself. If they were close, surely he'd visit. I'm such a wuss. I had to just go for it. Hey, go for it is the option we chose to go to Emmy's path. Whatever. Damn the consequences. That's what Emmy would do, I think. Hell, I know that's what you do. But you partially want to convince there's no interest on her end. She hasn't acted either. Maybe because of this track captain. It's possible she's got a bit of an unrequited crush thing going on. But we would be able to clarify the relationship. I'm sure as hell can't be Emmy. It sure as hell can't be Emmy. She'd probably just laugh and ask why I wanted to know. I'm not ready to answer that yet. Rin would probably just give me a cryptic answer or something. And then with my luck, she'd just ask Emmy, who would ask me why I wanted to know. And I've already covered that problem. I wonder, can I get away with asking a nurse? He seems pretty protective with Emmy. I'm sure he'd know if something was up. And he owes me for not letting Emmy know he forgot to tell me about her being ill, so he'll keep quiet. Maybe ask why I want to know, though. I can shake him off. Just say I'm curious as a friend. He'll buy that, won't he? Probably not, says Al. Of course. That's ill then. After the run, I'll talk to him while Emmy is waiting outside the office. There's no sign of Emmy when I arrive at the track. Is she still too ill? It's had to give her 10 minutes. I'm a little early and she was ill yesterday, so if she takes a while to show up, it shouldn't be surprising. Still, I'd hate just to waste my time, so I occupy myself by stretching and pacing back and forth anxiously. What if I went too far yesterday? What if she doesn't come because she's embarrassed? What if... You're early again, Sal. I'm impressed. Just like that, I feel some of the tension leave my body. Emmy seems to be bright and as cheerful as usual, with no sign that she was even ill the other day, much less had restful sleep. Still, I had to ask. Sleep well last night? It was just a throwaway question, small talk. And the sort of thing people ask when they bump into the cafe while getting their morning coffee. But not for us, at least not for me. I don't know if Abby realized that I'm actually concerned now she slept last night, but the question does give her pause. After a short moment of what seems like her genuine ponderingness, she nods. Yep, sure did. Was it because of me? Did that actually help? Or are you just saying that to get me to stop asking questions? Good to hear. Emmy grins and begins to warm. God damn it. I relate to this so much. Asking... God damn it. It's ready to begin. Am I ready? Of course I'm ready. I was born ready. Amy laughs at my bravado, and we take off running. I keep a steady pace the whole time, breathing steadily. I still feel dead at the end, but at least I don't gasp like a fish out of water now. Emmy's positively beaming after the run today. Nice job, Sal, you're improving. You'll be half as fast as me in no time. This last line is loaded with a teasing grin that I've grown all too used to. Oh, how exciting. Emmy begins to run her sprints while I take a cool down nap. She's really pushing herself today. By the time I'm done with the lap, she's laying across one of the bleachers looking exhausted. Goodness, not pushing it a little too much today, are you? You did just have a cold, you'll recall. Emmy gives an annoyed snort and sits up. Bah, I'm just trying to make up for the lost time, that's all. I went twice as hard today, you know. A good run always gets the kinks out, you know. Clears the mind, too. No? Emmy nods vigorously. Yep, it's a great outlet for that sort of thing. She does not explain further, and I don't ask. I suspect that I know the real reason she went so hard today. Being sick had nothing to do with it. Something is bothering her. Maybe the nightmare. Maybe something else. But it's not my place to pry. She'd tell me if she'd wanted to know. I'm sure that comes in handy. You have no idea. The sincerity in her voice confirms my suspicion. The only problem is, even though I know she'd tell me if she wanted me to know, I still want to know. Something on your mind then? Andy doesn't seem surprised by my question. Instead she shrugs. Nah, it's nothing worth getting worried about. She seems as if she's trying to convince herself as much as she's convincing me. I opened my mouth to ask if yesterday's response were a state of mind, but I think better of it. Too much risk of her taking a question the wrong way. Besides, I'm not even sure myself what to think of yesterday. Really, I can only get about as far as how it felt to have Emmy sleeping next to me before my brain shuts down. Having her before me now, covered in sweat, looking wryly at me, she's making it difficult to think. Yeah, I hear you. We'd better hurry to see the nurse. We're running short of time. Aren't we always? Emmy laughs at this, a dry chuckle that seems the most un-Emmy-like. Too true. For a brief moment, she looks old, worn down by some old hurt. But just like yesterday, I can almost see her shouldering the burden and straightening up slightly. And then she's back to being Emmy again. Come on then, it's I'll race ya. With a thin file, she darts off. Hey, no fair. And take off after her, knowing I will catch up to her, but not caring. Even if there's no chance of catching her, I'll still run after her. Emmy's waiting for me at the door as I arrive. Well, look who's finally showed up. Yeah. Enjoy your victory while you can. Emmy grins at the nurse pokes his head out of the door. Oh, there you are. Come on in, Sal. And it's become a familiar routine by now. He checks my blood pressure and my heart rate. A bit fast today, isn't it? Yeah, kind of a race time of year. The nurse laughs. That's never a good idea. He leans to whisper to me in a conspiratory manner. I don't know if you heard, but Emmy's a bit of a track star. I reel back in mock surprise. Really? She never mentioned it before. The two of us share a laugh. Did she do okay today? Cold too to bother her? Wanted to ask her. He rolls his eyes in exasperation. Of course I'm gonna ask her too. But she'll tell me when she didn't have any problems regardless of whether or not she did. I'm asking you because you're her friend, and you probably tell me if she had trouble today. When he puts it that way, makes a lot more sense. She seemed pretty good today, a little more tired than usual. She's already feeling better when I dropped by yesterday, so I'm not that surprised. The nurse nods, though I notice he tenses slightly when I mentioned yesterday's visit. Oh, that's good to hear. I figured it was just a 24-hour thing. Emmy tends to recover quickly from colds and the like. Hey, speaking of Emmy, is she in the track captain? Well, you know. Look of suspicion crosses his face. Why do you ask? Well, it just seemed kind of close and I was just curious, you know. I never asked her because that would be kind of embarrassing. So far so good not to really sell it. Besides, I think they made cute color. The nurse laughs. Well, I don't suppose you're the first to think that. But I think you can say with some certainty that the two of them will never do anything like that. Certainty? Yep. Not that I can tell you, of course. Confidentiality and all that. Yeah, right. You're just holding a secret over my head. That too? Right. Get out of here. I'm a busy man, you know. I roll my eyes at his last statement and head out the door, motioning to Emmy to go in. The whole time trying to keep from doing a celebratory dance. The two of them will never do anything like that. But precisely the sort of thing I wanted to hear. I'm half tempted to make some sort of move on Emmy now, but I think the nurse would probably disapprove. Besides, I still don't know exactly how Emmy feels about me. I mean, it's obvious she cares about me as a friend, but something more than that, I can't be certain. Even so, I can't help but feel hopeful. I need to figure out a good time to tell Emmy exactly how I feel. The puzzle should keep me occupied for the rest of the day at least. The rooftop is completely deserted. Normally I could count on Rin to be up here before me, but she's strangely absent. I wonder if she decided to accompany Emmy to the cafeteria for once. That seems pretty unlikely, but that's all I can think of right now. Part of me wants to go look for Rin, but a far larger part of me is too pleased with the way the sun feels on my skin to care. I pick idly at my lunch while I wait for Emmy and Rin to show up. It does not take long for me to hear the sound of someone coming up the stairs. I wait until the door opens before talking. Took you long enough. Keep me waiting, honestly. The two of you are, well, that's odd. The only person standing in the doorway is Emmy. It's probably could be this. What do you mean, huh? It's me, you know, Emmy. We run in the mornings. She grins and I feel my heart jump slightly in my chest at the sight. I knew that. I'm just confused. Where's Rin? Emmy grins is replaced by a rather guilty-looking expression. Yeah, about that. I kind of, sort of, gave her my cold. Oh dear. Am I at risk too? It would make sense after all. Emmy and I were in close contact the other day. So what did she and Rin do that got her ill? Steady on, old lad. Don't go down that road. I can't. Oh God. Rin's just probably got a worse immune system than me. Emmy seems shocked by my comment, like she hadn't considered that before. I hope not. It'll be terrible if you get ill before because of me, style. Oh man, I think I feel fever coming on. Emmy looks horrified and then quickly shifts into a more angry expression. Sal, you stop getting sick this instant. I won't have it. Impulsively, she seizes me by the collar. Are you listening to me, Sal? Is Sal's immune system? Get your ass in gear. Give a small salute. Duly noted, ma'am. Emmy stands back and not satisfied. Good. You are not allowed to miss any other morning runs after all. Well, you missed her morning run. Emmy crosses her arm and looks haughtily. Yes, but that's a special case. It was me and not you. That's not an explanation at all. Emmy looks flabbergasted. You're kidding, right? That explanation makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. It's a blatant double standard. I don't see why that has to do with anything. Oh, fine. Emmy seems pleased by her victory. Anyway, is Rin going to be okay? She's not terribly ill, right? Emmy shakes her head. Nope, she'll be fine. I got her some gold medicine that should help her. Although I should probably have made sure she didn't try to take them all at once. She's done it before, you know. Somehow, I don't find this all that surprising. I doubt Rin is one to pay attention to maximum dosages and such. You should probably check on her later, then, just to make sure. Emmy shrugs. I'll stop by after practice. She'll be fine until then. I nod, figuring the line conversation's over. The only problem is I don't know what else to think about. So, you got any more track meets coming up? That's a terribly roundabout way of trying to see if she's free on the weekend. And if she's free, then maybe I can ask her on a date or something. Well, assuming I can get myself to actually form the words. Amy shakes her head. Nah, not another for a couple of weeks, I think. The season's winding down. Oh yeah, I came right in the middle of things, didn't I? Does that mean exams are coming up soon? Should probably look into that. What do you do on weekends if there's not a meet? An eyebrow goes up, and Emmy gets a teasing look on her face. You're awfully inquisitive today, aren't you? I shrug and hope it looks casual. Just making conversation. I don't know what it's like to be a track star after all. Psst, flattery. She waves a hand idly. I'm not actually that good, you know. You just so happen to be on a good day. You just happen to see me on a good day is all. You are. Yeah. But humility is a sign of a good athlete. At least, that's what my dad used to say. He shrugs and tries unsuccessfully to hide the rather troubled expression on her face has taken on. Hey, what's up? You seem bothered by something. Emmy starts to deny it, and then sighs in defeat. I wonder if she's too tired for being sick to get herself to deny it like usual. Or if she's actually just trusts me enough at this point to open up. Well, you remember last night. Do I ever? I settled for nodding, however. That's not the first time that's happened to me. Actually, I kinda get them both. She pauses as if something occurred to her what she's doing. It's almost like she's breaking some sort of personal rule here. But she starts up again, choosing words carefully. Well, not often, but on occasion. It just seemed one of those weeks where that's what happens. The sigh escapes, and she looks terribly frustrated. I reach over to give her a hug, which, unlike last time, doesn't seem to shock her. Instead, she seems to relax and my arm to wrap around her. We just stay that way for a while. Hey, you know, I was serious last night. You really can talk to me if stuff like that is bothering you. It's always difficult to do this sort of thing solo, you know? Emmy smiles and breaks the embrace, but stays leaning on my shoulder. Thanks, Sal. I'll be fine, I think. I can already see her reassembling herself, getting ready to bottle up all again. I guess that topic's closed now. So hey, given any more thought to the career survey? Can't say I have. I don't tend to plan very far ahead, you know. Although I suppose I could at least start looking into college, huh? I shrug. I suppose, unless you were serious about that pirate thing. Last I checked, pirates didn't have much need for universities. Like, unless they're like a pirate university out there somewhere. Emma giggles and starts to look a little like her old self. But there's a new element to her expression. Impish. That's how I describe it. Emmy looks impish looking at me with her head nestled into my shoulder. Would you come with me if I ran off to be a pirate? Of course I would. Who in the right mind would pass off the opportunity to be a pirate with you? Well, when you put it that way, I'm not sure. She giggles again. I notice how my heart seems to have sped up. That's probably due to Emmy's proximity to me. I just hit a hint of strawberries again. I can't help but grin as I gaze down at her. She's happy again. Hey, Sal. If you're gonna kiss me, you should probably do it soon. I think the lunch bell's about to ring. My thoughts grind to a sudden halt. I'm pretty sure my mouth is hanging open in shock. All I can manage to strangle is a huh? This amuses Emmy even more. You were thinking about it, weren't you? She sits up, bringing her face level in with mine. I'd probably enjoy you now. You're really... Well, she briefly composes herself like she's about to say something important. You haven't figured it out by now. I think I've developed a bit of a crush on you. We're gonna have to do something about that. This timer grin short-circuits several important thoughts and processes. At some point, I turned toward her, and at one point her arms moved her around her neck, and yet another my arms wrapped around her waist. I'll be damned if I could tell precisely what happened when that happened. Because of that moment, there's only a voice in the back of my head yelling at me to kiss her. Just kiss the girl. It's like that one song in The Little Mermaid. I looked in Emmy's eyes. There it is. The thing I saw yesterday on the bed. It's there again. It suddenly strikes me that she's worried that I'll reject her. What a silly worry for her to have. Oh, beautiful. It's so cute. This whole thing has been cute. Her lips taste faintly of strawberries. She leaned into the kiss, and her arms tightened around the back of my head, making sure that I don't pull away. Not that there was any danger of that. There was a churning feeling in my gut. The words fall away. There's just me and her on this bench. My arms tightened, drawing her waist closer, and turned entranced by the feel of her. I inhale her scent, my mind trying desperately to memorize everything about how she tastes, how she smells, and how she feels. The ring of the bell snaps us both back to reality, and we break the kiss. Emmy's cheeks are slightly flushed, and she seems to be catching her breath in her defense. So am I. We stand there for a few moments, trying to wrap our heads around what we've just done. Emmy's the first to break the silence. So, I want to grab dinner after I'm done practice. What a coincidence. I was about to ask you the same thing. Well, actually, I suppose there's going to be some kind of proper date on the weekend, or something, but the thought was there, I think. Emmy gives me a playful shrug. Yeah, right. We were still in shock from how incredibly awesome all those kept kissing. We begin to head down the stairs back to our respective classrooms. Well, this is how you did it. Hey, I didn't see you talking immediately afterwards either. That I didn't. See you after practice, Sal. She leans and gives me a quick kiss in the middle of the hallway, sending me into another brief state of mental freefall. As I head into my classroom, a quickly Misha greets me. Oh, I am Chad. How romantic of you. Did you confess on the rooftop, did you? Or actually, I think it was the other way around. I sent Misha into a fresh fit of laughter. Your young love is so unpredictable, isn't it? This being Misha, I suppose I should have expected her to tease me over this. I guess. How does she even know? Before I can really respond, Matao enters the classroom. Misha skips off to her seat, giggling all the while. I suppose that I'll get a lot of that sort of conversation now. Especially seeing as how Emmy kissed me right in the middle of the hall. But somehow I don't care about that. Oh, I guess people were around. For the first time since arriving here, my heart feels light. Act 3. Perspective. My head's in spin all through Patel's class. I'm gonna have dinner with Emmy, who wants to be my girlfriend no less. A date. And then she kissed me. That kiss. I keep going back to it, playing it all over my mind again and again. Everything about that moment felt so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thoughts of Emmy. Like, hi? Hello? It seems I've drifted a bit too far off. Huh? What? Egad, you've contracted some kind of amnesia. Someone get the nurse. Class chuckles at Matao's antics. Sorry, sir. Won't happen again and all that, right? Exactly. Matao brightens considerably. Well, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all. I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as star pupil, I think. I'm fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of the class. Nakai, may I have a word with you? I wonder if I'm in trouble for earlier. Sure. Am I in trouble? Mental looks genuinely confused for a moment. Beg your pardon? He tilts his head to one side and thinks for a moment. Oh, that? No, no. You're not in any sort of trouble. There's just a question I want to ask you. What's that? Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans for after graduation are. Are you going to university? Yeah, I guess I can't really see a reason not to go. Given any thoughts on what you'll study? Not really, no. I figure I'll come up with something when I get there. Tal laughs, taking things as they come, eh? I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to the university. Well, not really. I knew you'd go into science. I just wasn't sure which one. Ended up with physics, but you could just as well have gone for astronomy or what have you. Actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there were all sorts of things. The Tal trails off and frowns slightly. It takes a few minutes for him to recover his train of thought. I wait patiently for him to continue. So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well, because I had an interest in that, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are, yes? He smiles at me enthusiastically, as if waiting for me to confirm that, yes. Here, as well, we are. Somehow I get the feeling that Mattel had planned for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. I'm sorry I'm not following you. Mattel frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then snaps his fingers as if he remembered what the point of it all was. Right, yes, you. Me? Yes. You should look into studying one of the sciences. You're fantastic at it. Unless you'd rather go into math. Mattel makes a sour face. Not a big fan of straight math. I always like the experiments more than the proofs. You're saying I should study science at university? Mattel seems thrown off by my question. Well, sort of. You could also join the science club. Trouble is, there's not actually a science club. But there could be. You could even be a charter member. A founding father. Of course, you need to find other members. Well, if only you wanted to. We could just start it up with the two of us. And, I could give you the things to read and we could talk about them. Or I can help you get ready for university such as well. Wait. Mattel ravages around in his briefcase and tosses me a book. Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it. A brief history of time. I don't know if I actually wanted to read this, but Mattel seemed pretty excited about it. What's it about? Time, space, space-time, black holes, and such. It's not that dense, just to see if that sort of thing is interesting for you. You understand? Hang around after class and we can either discuss it, or I can show you how to make explosives in the lab. He waves a hand at my quizzical expression. Joking. Sorry. Still, I've kept you here long enough now. Think about science's career path, Nikai. I think you'd enjoy it. Oh, okay, I will. Thank you for the book. I leave the classroom and look up at the clock. Quite a chunk of time to kill until Emmy's out of practice. Guess I'll give the book a look. I should probably shower as well. Showering before a date's only proper, right? Head back to the dorms. I wonder where I'm supposed to meet Emmy anyway. She said after practice, but she didn't say where I should find her. I guess I could just swing by the track. That's probably the best anyway. If you need a shower, I can just wait for her in the room or something. Or in the hallway, I guess. That would be better as well. I take a quick shower, remembering to take my medication once I hop out. Now for a look at this book.